Hi, I'm Kerry. First on the list. So I made a thing which at the moment I'm calling Wine Master, which feels like a terribly awkward name. But it was kind of designed to be a chunk of the winery project that Dr. Oliver's been waving around as a senior project for a while. So it's a wireless sensor network. I used a bunch of these little, I don't want to pull it off because God only knows if it'll break, but these little nodes that TI sells for not very much money. They have little 2.4 gigahertz radios and MSP 430s and temperature sensors and some GPIO. So I configured them so they'll kind of all self-discover that access point and then use it to report temperature ratings or temperature readings at some user-defined interval. And then I threw together a really fast GUI. So it's having moods, it looks like, and it's kind of disconnecting sometimes, but hopefully if I start it, there we go. Okay, so you can, it's really a terrible visual. It's not very attractive, but it's reporting temperatures. It also happens to be logging it to a CSV file, so you can generate snazzy graphs like that with lots of data on a graph, because you have to be able to process it somehow. There are kind of a few other interesting things I tried to do when I was working on this project. So I tried to make the code base as modular as possible. So the stuff that allows the user to store sensor values in a struct and then serialize it into a buffer and then send the buffer and then unpack it back into a struct is all generic and tear-outable from this code. So I'm going to see if I can polish it a bunch more. And the access point puts data out in a format called JSON. So if anyone's done web stuff, JSON is typically used for exchanging objects between the front end of web apps and the back end. So as a byproduct, every major language has JSON parsing libraries so that you can easily manipulate the data. So I'm hoping that'll make it easy for other people, hopefully theoretically, to use this to create their own wireless sensor networks. Yeah, it looks like it's actually working. There's a node plugged into the wall over here on a wire, and then these two little guys. As far as I know, it should be able to work up to the hardware limit of, I want to say the stack is limited to like 9 nodes or some such. It should be able to do more. Yeah, thanks.